Alright, I can't tell if anyone's there, but I'm gonna start. So I was thinking that I was gonna work on that typography that I was doing last Monday at this time. But I have way too much other work to do, so I'm gonna stream working on an After Effects project, and I'm actually gonna start in Illustrator and then start with the graphics and then start animating in After Effects. So this is actually the end of a project that I've been working on for one of my classes this semester. And basically what I'm trying to do is just kind of use all the graphics that I've already made for this project and kind of put them together in a patchwork type animation at the end of my project. And like the narration just kind of like concluding the whole project. And this is a kind of random topic. I was going to do different nutrition topics just because I'm interested in nutrition for my thesis project. So for this project, I was thinking I would just knock out one of those animations, but I think I'm going to change my thesis project, so now this project is just a random topic. But anyways, this project is about GMOs, and I learned a lot about it, which was fun. So let's just jump into After Effects, and if you have any questions, if anyone's actually watching this, put your questions on the chat and I'll try to answer them. Alright, so I just kind of basically threw in all the graphics that I had. And I'm just gonna go through and make sure that there's even spacing. This is just kind of be like a guide for when I animate this in After Effects, because a lot of these things I already have animated in, like the corn, I like made it animate in already, and I have that in After Effects, so I just am gonna use this file to kind of line things up, because it's easier to do here than if I was working in After Effects. So if anyone's watching, just say hi in the chat room. I could like go super crazy with this and be really precise and like measure things, but it's gonna be animated and so it's moving and people aren't gonna notice, so it's not really worth the time. But I'll make it look pretty decent, better than it does right now, and then I'll go into After Effects and animate it. So basically what I'm doing is just getting all the spacing to be pretty uniform. Okay. I'm using some keyboard shortcuts, so like Command and 0 makes it your artboard with the screen, so I use that a lot. And then like if you see me zooming out, I'm probably using Command and the minus, and then zooming in is Command and plus. Alright. This is a weird little square I have in here. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, and I think I want to fill the whole screen, so I'm going to just fill in these gaps, just even with stuff that's already there. No one will notice. And even if it does, it doesn't really matter. So I'm just doing the Option key and then dragging out something, and it duplicates it and moves it. But that's not a good choice for there because you don't see anything. So let's go with, maybe we'll do this corn again. Okay, I need something for this spot. Maybe I'll put the beaker here because that'll do. Alright, in this corner I need something. Repeat the bug. Okay, so basically each of these things is just going to be like doing a simple animation within its little box. So maybe like the carrot will build in, the plane will fly through. This is supposed to be like a plane that sprays crops with pesticides, so I have that animation already. So I'll do that. This sugar beet will grow in. This scientist guy will just probably pop in and then stay. I have the microscope building in, and all the plants like canola, corn, soy, cotton, they all build in, and alfalfa down here. So this looks pretty good. I'm gonna just save it and then jump on over into After Effects. Okay, so this is the scene right before what I'm gonna animate now. Oh, and yeah. So this scene is gonna start at like 2 minutes 47 seconds. I wrote that down. Okay, so if you're just joining, I was gonna do that typography stuff that I started last week, but I have so much other stuff to do that I'm just gonna stream working on one of my projects that I'm almost finished with. So the scene that I'm gonna animate today is the last scene in an animation about GMOs, which is kind of a random topic, but there's a story on why I chose it, and it ended up being really interesting, even though it seems kind of random. So what I'm going to do now is just import that file from After Effects. So I want it to go, I made a graphics folder to try to stay organized, even though this project is kind of huge and maybe not so organized, but I tried. So in the graphics, I'm just going to go Command I to import this scene from After Effects, or from Illustrator. I called it Patchwork, and then I'm going to choose, well, it doesn't really matter, but I always just choose composition and retain layer sizes. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter, actually. It's going to cut off some of my stuff, but let me just look at this again. Because when it imports it to After Effects, it's going to like cut off where the artboard ends. But I think that everything is just going to be animated in there, so it should be okay. Well, actually, I should not do this like this. Okay. I should probably put these on separate layers because some of them will be animated and I'll just delete it and replace it. But then some of these might actually be just the actual thing from Illustrator. So I should probably put them on their own layers so that I can delete parts and stuff. So alright. So in my layers panel, I'm going to go, actually, I should probably delete, I have a bunch of stuff on the sides of my artboard that I was going to use, and then I changed my mind. So I'll just delete all that. Like I had some colors and stuff in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is all of these I grouped so they're easy to move around. And then I have a background layer, which is just this like the dark tan color in the back. So I'm gonna go to layer 1 and then I'm gonna hit this little like down arrow with the 3 lines next to it, whatever you call that button, and then go to release layers to sequence, and then it puts all your layers or all your like objects on different layers, and then I'm gonna just take all of those, drag them out of this layer 1 so that they're really on their own layers, and then layer 1 is now empty, so I'm going to delete it. And then, oh, I don't know what that is. Something I don't want. Okay. I guess I don't need this extra caret. Okay. I don't know so why that looks so weird in the layers. Okay, well, I think this is good now, but I'm gonna make my artboard bigger so that none of this stuff gets cut off on the edges when I import it to After Effects. Oops, I just made a new artboard. want that. Okay. That looks pretty good. And then also it's nice that I have this background layer because then I can see to line this up with my composition in After Effects. So I could go and like name all my layers. A lot of times I'll do that if I'm doing, like say when I animated this cornstalk growing and I named it like leaf 1, stem, like, you know, so that I knew what I was animating, but I don't, well, I'm not going to do that for now. Hopefully it'll save time. We'll see. Okay, now I'm going to import the patchwork file to After Effects. And I'm going to choose composition retain layer sizes. Okay. So if I double click it, this is what it looks like. And we have all of these different layers that we can animate. So, I guess what I'll do is just drag this in to my composition that contains everything. And the reason it looks so blurry is because I have this on half, because like the view is like half its resolution, I guess that's what that means. Just because it makes my computer go a little bit faster. And I'm gonna hit the left bracket, I guess you call it, to start that composition right where my time marker thingy is. And this isn't quite lined up, so I'm going to line it up. I'm just using the arrow keys on my keyboard. Okay. Looks pretty good. So okay, just trying to think what I need to do here. So, alright. I guess what I'll do first is just start putting in all these elements. And a lot of them I already have done because I used them in other parts of this project. So, I'm trying to find my cornstalk. And actually, I'm going to go into the patchwork comp and drag out the cornstalk, and it animates in, so you can see like that. And so now I'm just going to fit this to the cornstalk on my like guide layer that I made in Illustrator. So alright, that looks good enough. So that will animate it. So I got that. What else? I might have a carrot animating. Carrot, yeah, this one should work. I'm gonna rotate that. -90. And scale it down. I don't think I have the bug animating in, so that will stay. The syringe, I have an animation for, or the needle, whatever you call it. This one should work. I've never actually done this effect, but I think it's going to work out pretty well because I already had all these graphics and a lot of the animation from the rest of my project, and I'm just kind of like recycling it and throwing it all together at the end, so it kind of like brings everything together, and it shouldn't be too hard to do. So yeah, I saw this idea on Pinterest, so it looked really good in the animation that I saw, so hopefully I can make it look alright. Okay, and this stuff doesn't have to be exact. I mean, no one knows but me. Okay. And I'll probably animate that syringe like coming in from the corner, and I'm gonna do that later. Okay, so all of these plants I have animated. So let me find canola. You can, oh, so whatever happened to the name animation from last week, I realized that I don't have time to do a Twitch stream on that because that wasn't for like any project that we have to turn in, so I'm just gonna work on this that I have to do, so yeah. Definitely not as interesting to watch on Twitch, sorry. I don't know if this corn is animated or not. I guess not. Oh, it's this one. I don't remember if I said this already, but to move the artboard around, how I get that little hand and then I can move the, or I guess it's not called an artboard, whatever, the composition around, is you hold down the space bar. And then I have a mouse, so I'm just, like, that's how I'm zooming in and out. But you can also use this. Okay, so what else? I need to do the cotton. Right. I just did Command D to duplicate that, and then I'm dragging it over here. It's too big. Right. And I have a sugar beet. Okay, so here's that. Okay, I think, what else do I have? Oh, I have these people animating. So they start out like this, and then they change. This guy turns into a carrot, she turns into this ear corn, and the little girl turns into a tomato. It worked in the context that I did it in before, like earlier in this animation, but it might look weird if I did that here, so I might not use that animation again. But what else do I have? The plane. And then I think that's it, and I can start doing something a little bit more interesting. Okay, so I have all these layers open, and I'm just gonna hit S to close them all because they're all scale layers, so S will close or open the scale property. And oh, I have the microscope. But I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay, so, and then an easy way to flip things is to go to layer, transform, flip horizontal. And then I made this a little bit squished, so I'm gonna unsquish it by unlocking the scale property and then making it wider. And I guess I could have just added a negative number to my scale property. That looks kind of bad because of this circle. I'm gonna make this slightly transparent so I can see better. I don't know if I like that. I might just, it doesn't need to animate in because there's going to be a lot of movement in this scene, so like there's going to be a lot of other ones of these boxes that are moving, so maybe this one doesn't need to move. I'll just leave it out for now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and make these squares. I could have probably done this better, but this is the first time I've done this effect, so I'm kind of learning as I go along, and maybe next time I would have just made those in Illustrator. Oh well. So, oh, this is also bad because I didn't round the corners of that, so at least I notice it now and not later. Okay, now I'm going to adjust the size of this to make it match. Actually, I'm going to leave, I was going to change the color, but then I thought I'll just leave it green now so I can see what I'm doing with it rather than change it so it's the same as that and then I can't really see where it is. So I'm going to use this motion script that I have to center the anchor point in the middle. And I'm going to move this to the bottom so I can see the other things that I need to make. Oh, and I guess I was a little bit off on the size. Okay. I'm gonna hit enter and name this because I already have a bunch of things that aren't named, so it'd be helpful to start naming things because this is gonna get to be really messy. So I'm gonna name it corn stalk dark box. We'll go with that. And I'm just gonna duplicate this and name this light box. And then I'm gonna adjust the size so it's the size of this inner box that's the rounded one, and you can just adjust the round property, roundness right here. So and I'm going to bring this back to the top of my composition so I can see it better. And then I'm going to lock this again because I want it to be the same aspect ratio, I think, as the other one. And roundness will turn up to 15. 14 seems like a good number. And then bring this back to the bottom. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'm actually going to bring my corn down here with the rest of them, the rest of the parts of the box. And then I'm going to try to find maybe not. Well, this is kind of dumb, but I'm going to try to find that corn box so I can turn off visibility. Oh gosh, why is this here? I must have moved this box somehow. The cotton box is in the middle. What is this layer? Oh, the one I want, huh? I'm just gonna put this one behind it and then hide. What? Oh, layer 2 must be my background. So I was putting everything behind the background. That would be helpful to label. And now I'm gonna put these in the right color. I don't know why it does this. Like, I'm clearly not over black right now. But that pixel, which is exactly like the black pixel, alright, is white. Okay, so now I have that and I need to make the dirt for this. But actually I want my light box to be a little bit taller. So okay, that looks better. And okay, I just moved up my original layer from Illustrator so I can see what this dirt looks like. And I'm just gonna draw a path, but it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna use a mask to make it have the rounded corners, unlike what I forgot, like what I did on maybe some of these, but I forgot to do on this one in Illustrator. So anyways, oh, whoops, I'm drawing a mask, which I don't want to do because I had this layer selected. So I want to unselect this layer and then just draw a shape. Okay, and I'm going to change the color. Okay, so this is the dirt layer, and I'm going to bring it down to these other ones. So it should actually be right there. And then I'm going to take the light box, which is the one with the rounded corners, and I'm going to duplicate it, bring it on top of the dirt layer, and then go on the dirt layer. I'm going to choose track matte and then alpha track matte So then, there, couldn't see any of that, but that just masked it, so now the dirt layer has these nice rounded edges, so it fits into the box nicely. The chat is really slow because your last comment just showed up. Or like there's a big delay. But yeah, it wasn't actually supposed to be like turning your family into vegetables. It was just like a nice transition, but I guess you'll see it when you see the rest of this project. Okay. So now I'm gonna just do that same thing for all of the other boxes. This is ending up being a little bit tedious. I want that cotton plant to move out of the center of my project. This is why you should name your layers, I guess. Okay, still don't know which one it is. So it's one of the ones I clicked on. Great. Not that one. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate these boxes that I already made to make it a little bit less tedious. And then I'll use them, say on this canola plant.